All right, my next question is from Nathan here on Facebook Live. He says, could the government not allowing services in church be another sign of the end times, question mark?
You know, Nathan, I think it depends on what they do with this whole thing.
You mean how far they take it and restrictive?
How far they take this. Because right now, pretty much churches are doing this voluntarily, and that's what our church is doing. But these guys, like I was talking about before, they get a little power and they just decide what life is going to be like. And effectively, what our governor has done is shut down every church in Washington state. And when it becomes a point where it's arbitrary, then yes, absolutely. I think it's one of the signs of the end of the end times, that kind of thing. There's going to be a persecution of Christians. And so the thing that you have with ungodly people, with people who don't follow Jesus, is that they can have immoral agendas. They don't necessarily care about the Constitution, and they don't care about righteousness necessarily. And I'm not talking about everybody. But you have a whole group of people that are like this, and they use anything that they can as an excuse to attack God, the things of God, and the people of God. And there are whole large groups of people in our state and in our country who would just love to shut down every church in the United States. And so once I see that, once it goes from we just need to protect people, that kind of thing, to this is a great excuse to literally shut down churches, then you're going to see a different attitude from me, totally and completely.
One of the things like prophecy updates or whatever, any time you're talking about eschatological issues, is these are precursors, and then they have this idea of what it is, a tattoo, the mark of the beast, and all the famous ones that we talk about. Right. But what's going on right now, the clarity of the precursors where you can't buy and sell without a certain thing, where you have to have this vaccination cards that has some kind of like marking identification in. Immediately, Google and I believe it was Facebook, I can't remember the other company, reached out, or the government reached out to Facebook, and they're like, hey, if you need to track people, we have no problem giving you access to their phone, and we'll tell you as soon as they step out of their home.
Right.
And then they can be quarantined for 14 days. And so all the things that the Bible talks about, one world government, a cashless society, can't buy or sell without their permission.
You guys, there are companies that will not take cash right now because it's so filthy.
Yeah.
And so, of all things, to get rid of cash, a disease.
I know.
Wow.
But it's just amazing how clear those precursors are. Like all those right now could just be fulfilled. Yeah. Literally.
Right.
It's crazy.
In numerous ways.
Yeah.
In numerous ways. And so this is just the latest in a line of this stuff. So
you're going to have to do like a 3-week prophecy update this year.
And the wild thing is we're going to get to the end of the year, and all of this is going to be old news, and there's going to be new stuff.
Yeah.
That's what's happened every year.